You haven't stopped celebrating since that final whistle. Sum up the feeling right now.
Oh, I still can't believe in what we've done tonight. It's unbelievable. We have written history, literally, in the real sense of the term. We've written history. This group of players written history in 2025. It's, wow, unbelievable.
Brennan Johnson's goal, but your save at the end as well, has made sure of it.
Yeah. And also one Mickey van de Ven save. He did one brilliant on the line. But we knew before the game that we needed the effort from everyone. And we did it, we delivered. And now we have to celebrate.
You can go and celebrate and go and lift that trophy. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Tottenham Hotspur, the 2025 Europa League finals. Final score 1-0 against Manchester United. The 17-year wait for silverware in North London for Spurs comes to an end. Of course, we'll talk about Manchester United and what this means for them going forward in just a moment. I've been in the studio watching the game with Roy Keane, Jamie Carragher and Micah Richards. Roy, of course, a lot of people want your thoughts on your former club, Manchester United, but did the better team win today?
Yeah, I think so. I think we worried this after the second half. They shut up shop very early, and obviously we were just going to be defensive, but they defended really well, unlike Spurs, shall we say. United lack real quality. I mean, United are dependent on Harry Maguire to get you out of jail at the end of the game. It sums up their problem. And I think the goal summed up the game. Real lack of quality, poor decision-making from United at the end. But what a great night for Spurs. Considering the season had, the pressure they were under, the manager, you look at the celebrations there, well done to Spurs.
Yeah, and well done to Ange Postecoglou. We spoke about his many quotes, Jamie. The fact that he said he always wins in his second season. He was really going up against the media yesterday saying he's no clown. He's definitely put that to bed now, hasn't he?
Oh, he's not a clown. He's not a clown. Listen, he's a very quotable manager. He's on the front foot in press conferences. A lot of the time this season, that's come back to haunt him in so many ways. But that quote now will be remembered forever, because he does always win in his second season. He's shut us all up. He's proven us all wrong.
Speak for yourself.
But, yeah, he remembered more for that quote than actually the trophy that he's won, because that's something that's sort of been used to beat him all season, because no one could see Tottenham winning anything. They rerun the rerun, losing 21, I think, league games in the Premier League this season. I mean, Roy's right. I mean, in terms of the stand, it was actually exciting because it was that bad. There was almost anxiety to it. You know, everyone was giving the ball away. I mean, it was a shocking game. But anyone who wins a cup final, with a supporter, a player, coaching staff, no one cares how you play. No one's going to look at stats or looking at the game. It's all about winning, and that was absolutely massive for them.
Look at the pictures, though.
Absolutely.
For them Tottenham fans.
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. Don't forget there's no Maddison, no Kulusevski as well. I think it showed in the game. Jamie summed it up perfectly. The game wasn't great, but it doesn't matter. No one remembers what the game's like. People remember who wins and sometimes who loses. I mean, it's just a great moment for them, because imagine the pressure coming into this game for both clubs as well. Ange put pressure on himself, but he delivered. And that's all you can do. And I'm delighted for him, because in his first season I thought he did really well. He was playing really good football. This season they've been short of where they need to be. But to go away with the Europa League trophy, they deserved it on the night.
Yeah, Ange has delivered the first European trophy to Tottenham Hotspur in 41 years. But let's talk about Ange Postecoglou, because many felt that today was going to be his penultimate game. Do you think, based on this result, based on what he's delivered to the club, he should stay on?
Jerry, I'm not sure what he wants to do. I think it's a chance for him to reflect.
Is the ball in his court then?
Yeah, well, I think so, yeah. But obviously, whether the club made a decision before this because the league form has been so bad, we can't forget that. Obviously, they can enjoy it tonight, but when you reflect on the season, it hasn't been good enough. But it's a nice problem now for the club to have, because they're in the Champions League. You'd like to think the club will want them to stay on and give them a chance to impress again next year. A big transfer window coming up. They'll have financial backing, of course, because of the rewards that come with winning tonight. And you hope I hope he stays on. Yeah.
Can I just ask you from a manager's point of view now? And you said he hope he stays on. So does he deserve to get what he wants in the transfer market now? I know they've had a lot of injuries this season. Has he taken the club forward?
Well, you look at the fans' reaction there tonight and the win. I think that's a good question. in terms of cup football and European football, yeah, it's fantastic. But they certainly can't be happy with the league campaign. This is where he's got the confidence from the owner. We don't know what the atmosphere is like, the training ground. Is it good or bad? But they've shown tonight they were fighting for the manager. No one would have thought for 1 second they'd keep a clean sheet tonight. But obviously that goes on to United as well. United's lack of quality. But as I said, I hope he stays on. He's been there, 2 seasons? He's a very good first season. The second one was difficult. Give the man a chance. Why not?
Let's not forget this. The opposition last season wanted to sack the manager and won an FA Cup final against Manchester City. Great sort of scenes. They beat Man City, the biggest rivals, and it put their owners in a position where they felt they couldn't then because of almost the supporters. You're looking at the supporters here tonight as well with Ange Postecoglou. It definitely makes it more difficult. But what you don't want to do is lose a manager in the first few months of a season, and he's bought a lot of players. Now look what's happened to Ruben Amorim. If he'd have maybe come in the summer, it's his players that he brings in.
He came in different.
You've got to be really sure if you want to keep. What you don't want to do is spend money and then you change the manager in November if it continues the league form. I don't think one game should completely cloud the plan of maybe what the owner was, even though it's a great. And you know what? If Ange Postecoglou was to go, whether it was his decision or the club's decision, I mean, what a way to go out.
Yeah, what a way to go out on a high there. Stick around because, of course, we will get into Manchester United and what this means for the club going forward. But very briefly, Roy, could you sum up how the fans may be feeling right now?
Do you know, just when you think things can't get any worse for Man United, they have. It's been the story all year.
Yeah.
They've been getting out of jail a little bit with European football, and it's been covering, obviously, the huge cracks at Man United. So when you lose tonight, but you can't be, all season they've been so easy to beat. They got a bit lucky in Europe a few times, and tonight again, ultimately not good enough. Didn't show enough quality, not enough options off the bench. And again, if I go back to it, if you're dependent on Harry Maguire to get you out of jail, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Brennan, your name is going to be in the walls of White Hart Lane.
Yeah, I mean, I can't describe the feeling right now, but I don't care if anyone scored. I don't care if the kit man scored, and we just needed to win the final. And yeah, to get the job done today is such a special feeling.
You not only won, you changed history. You feel that way?
Yeah, I think so. We just needed to win a trophy. This club deserves trophies. It's such a good club. Everything's there for us. And although in the league it hasn't been good enough, we knew this was a massive opportunity from day one. First game, Karabag. We got told that this competition is special. And I think you'll see now how special it is to us.
Is it your goal, by the way?
I don't know, and I do not care one bit. You can give it to me, you can give it to whoever the defender was, I don't care one bit.
How often you dreamt this?
It's been tough to dream it, because the last 2 days I've just had a real... I wouldn't say nervous, because I was confident, but I haven't been able to think about the game too much. I just wanted to get out there.
Brennan Johnson is about to get attacked by all of his teammates. The celebrations are going off in this corner. Congratulations. Your goal has just delivered Tottenham Hotspur their first trophy in over 17 years. Can you explain the feeling right now?
No, I can't. I'm so happy right now, honestly. This season hasn't been good at all, but I swear, not one of us players right now care about that. This is what it's all about. This club hasn't won a trophy for 17 years. Honestly, this is what it means. It means so much. All the fans get battered. We get battered for not winning a trophy, not winning anything, but we had to get the first one in a while today, and yeah, I'm so happy.
Does this finally get rid of the criticism that Spurs as a club get, that they never quite make it over the line?
Yeah, I know. Honestly, ever since I came here, it's been Tottenham a good team, but can never get it done. We got it done.
You got it done. Your goal got it done. You're the Tottenham hero. Did you know whether you got the final touch or not?
I knew I touched it, and then I kind of looked up because I didn't catch it clean, and then the ball was trickling in the goal, and then, I can't describe the feeling.
What a feeling. What about the feeling towards the end? Because you had to hold on. It was just one goal in it. How nervy were those final few minutes?
Horrible. Honestly, I couldn't watch. I was just listening to what the boys were saying, asking how long left, and then when we defended that corner at the end, I kind of knew. I was getting told it was done, and just the relief is something that I never can describe.
You've had a difficult season as a whole. Does this now pay the fans back for the support they've given you regardless?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Tottenham Hotspur finishing 17th in the Premier League isn't good enough, but we've had an unbelievable Europa run.
and the fans have been so good. Every home game, every away game, and then coming here, I just thought they had the edge on the United fans, to be honest. Ever since we got to the stadium, we literally walked out before the game, hours before, they were all here singing our names, and yeah, it got us through the game.
And what about your manager? He said he always wins a trophy in his second season. He's done it. Does he need to stay now?
Listen, he's done his job. He said he wins in his second year, and he has. And I think if there's ever a time for a mic drop, I think it's now. So I'll be looking forward to his interview. But I can't thank the manager enough for how much trust he's had in us, because some of the performances this season, as I said, haven't been good enough. But especially in the Europa League, he has a really good way of getting everyone up for it, and today it shows.
Go and enjoy these celebrations. Enjoy it.
Thank you. And yeah, just enjoy it. Now we finally can enjoy.
Congratulations, Brennan.
Thank you.
Well, according to UEFA, Brennan Johnson was the official match winner. He said to Guillaume there that he doesn't care who scored, but let's get this right, guys. You'd want to score in a European final, right?
Yes, of course. There's the emotion of it now. He's just delighted he won. And rightly so, I think, in a game like that. But it would be nice for him to say he'd scored the winning goal in the European final.
I just like to play it.
Yeah.
Forget scoring.
So Tottenham are going to be playing Champions League football next season.
Yes.
One of 6 teams. We're still yet to find out the other remaining from the Premier League finishes this weekend. But how does this Tottenham side fare in Champions League football, Jamie?
Listen, who knows what the team will look like next season? There will be plenty of change. It might be in the dugout. It might, obviously, personnel will change. Listen, of course, they'll find it tough if the squad they have right now. Who cares? They won't care. But the actual quality of the Tottenham team, we saw that on show tonight. I mean, they only had one shot on target in the game. Scores the goal. They talk about being clinical, but they weren't 2 great teams. And yeah, it would be tough for them. But listen, Tottenham will be a different proposition next season. They'll have more money to spend with Champions League money. And as I said, I'm sure there'll be a few changes with that squad. But listen, right now is not really the time to be thinking about next season. It's about the here and now. Enjoy the night, have a few drinks, have a party.
And they've won more than Arsenal this year.
Yeah, they've had a much better season.
Yeah, we can get into that in just a moment.
No, but when you think of the clubs out there, Spurs get criticised as much as any club out there, don't they?
They weren't Spursy today, were they?
No, they certainly weren't Spursy. They defended really well, attacking play. They weren't great. Again, we look at the stats, was it 3 shots on target or whatever. But listen, we made the point earlier, it doesn't really matter. But for all the critics over the years of Spurs, we've said, they've got a lovely stadium, but it's all about getting trophies. They can get their hands on that trophy tonight and really enjoy it. And obviously the big rewards, and of course when you come back pre-season, is the fact you're in the Champions League next year. The knock-on effect for the club is fantastic. You look at the United end there, how they must be feeling. But it's Spurs night, enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it. Like we said, it's their first European trophy in 41 years. What an achievement by this squad and Ange Postecoglou. Micah, what do you feel will be going through the minds of the Manchester United players?
I mean, despair. In terms of the game, with the experience I had with Fernandes and Casemiro, I just thought they would get over the line in big moments. We say so much, whether it's Champions League, whether it's Europa League, that big players step up in big moments, and Fernandes couldn't get a grip on the game today. I thought Spurs defended really well when they needed to. I said before the game in terms of the way Spurs could get at United as well, and it paid dividend because they've obviously watched that. I thought Undogi did well against United, but if you're looking at United now, I think it's not good enough.
They were predictable, weren't they, Mike? They were predictable in terms of
very
crossing
predictable.
it.
But I think the bigger picture is, and we'll get into it a little bit later, is if they would have won tonight, everything would have been fine. You get into the Champions League, yes, papering over the cracks. But we've been talking about Man United for a while now, and they're not good enough. And you can't keep just scraping these wins and think it's okay. And we keep talking about the size of Man United. It's just... It's not right. It's not good enough.
I mean, the one thing I've just seen there, you see all the Tottenham players lining up in the kits. James Maddison's gone full John Terry.
He did travel with the team despite not being available for the
He's got shin pads on.
He's got pads on, yeah. You used to have the rub.
You get a rub tonight.
That wasn't for you, right, in 99? No chance of getting the kits on?
No, not for me. But I think the rules have changed, haven't they? I think the players, there's more medals in the bigger squads, and I think they can get onto the pitch. It's slightly different in my idea, but listen, Ange there, a relieved man. Whatever you say about him, I know he seems like a laid-back guy and the pressure was getting to him, but there's a lot of relief there. Because what happened when you saw him with his staff there, it's relief as much as anything.
Welcome back. You're watching the Europa League final. Spurs leading a 1-0 at the break. Now, Roy, people worried it would be a cagey affair given how much is on the line. Champions League qualification, much needed financial stimulus for both clubs. But Spurs got the goal. What are your thoughts on the
huge moment? Well, really lack of quality. They've almost brought their league form to the table, but there's been tension, obviously. Yeah. And the Spurs have managed to get their nose in front. Big moment, obviously. We're giving Johnson a go, but I think it might come off Shaw. We mentioned before the game about getting bodies in there. United having bodies back, but not obviously doing a defensive job. And we look at it closely. I still think, and we saw crosses in swingers earlier. I think Maguire's got to focus on clearing the ball. Johnson does a brilliant run. Obviously, he's nice and aggressive, but United enough bodies back, but not doing enough. And I think again, question marks over the keeper. Looks like an OG to me.
Yeah, Mike, I was going to come to you as a defender. Do you feel there could have been better in that?
Yeah, I think Maguire should just come across. I think Onana needs to do better there. But it's exactly what we said before the game in terms of them runs. You see the runs that took Fernandes away and then allowed that channel of space and then was always going to get hurt. They said they don't engage and stop crosses. Exactly what happened. There have been
fights or battles all over the pitch. You highlighted some of those at the start. Well, you're going to talk through some of the highlights. Yeah,
there's obviously there's been more moments, but maybe not enough. Again, the teams have probably, like I mentioned earlier, brought their league form to the table, and these are maybe some of the half chances. Again, defensively here, poor. Maguire, Shaw, but good pressure from Spurs. Johnson, obviously, doing what he does well. And again, start running onto it like all good midfielders, good defending. But these are just little moments. But again, poor from United, Jamie. What do you think?
Yeah, it has. I mean, as I said, we're talking about the team that was 16th and 17th in the Premier League. I mean, I've actually quite enjoyed the game. I must say that, even though there has been that lack of quality. But this was one early on. Ahmad as well did really well. Looked really dangerous in the first sort of 10 or 15 minutes. Looked like he really had a doggy on that far side on toast, actually. Really good skill. And he just flashes it across, maybe hoping for a little touch in at the back post or maybe to find that far post himself.
Really good battle, isn't it, between him and O'Dogie?
Yeah.
I'm really liking it.
Yeah, that's well, listen, there's a lot of battles going on the pitch. That's probably certainly the best one right now.
We're, of course, Manchester United a goal down. What would you like to see them do differently in this second 45?
Probably more of a goal threat. I think Bruno's been fairly quiet. Ahmed definitely looks like he's in good form. He's on a yellow card. He's got to be careful. And even at this stage of the game, I start looking at maybe the options off the bench. Garnacho, possibly. But also, don't panic. They're 1-0. They've been behind in games previously, obviously, in Europe. You got to trust yourself that you get back in the game, but they need to show a bit more quality.
When you go 1-0 down in a big game like this, what are you thinking?
Well, you got to stay calm. Don't panic, certainly not. But again, it's the real lack of quality in the final third. Hoyland's not done too much.
It's felt like that, isn't it? It started really well, like they was up for it, and then it sort of just fizzled out a little bit of nerves.
But it's just see if Spurs can keep their energy levels up, because they are pressing and closing well. Can they keep that up? And this is where the importance of players off the bench for both teams.
And also hold your nerve as well. If you're Tottenham, everybody wants to go 1-0 up, of course they do. But that thing, as the longer this game goes on, you start thinking about winning it. That's when you start sort of nerves start kicking in as well. The anxiety from the supporters as well onto the pitch as well. So that'd be really interesting. I think, as Roy's just said, and he knows that better than anyone, getting late goals in big games. Just take your chance, a long way to go.
There's a long way to go. Well, Roy, Jamie, Micah, thank you so much. We're going to...
Well, Rio and Gareth are watching with me. UEFA at the moment have given that Spurs goal to Brennan Johnson, but the debate is raging. But Gareth, doesn't really matter, does it?
For a Spurs fan, it does not matter at all. I think Spurs have probably been the better team in the first half, pressing them very high. But again, any Tottenham fan will take any goal. Important to get that first goal, because I feel like the pressure that we've been putting on is very good, and to you need something to back that up, and a goal just for half-time is the perfect way.
It was paused there. You see there, Dorgu at no point in this does he talk to Luke Shaw. I think you always need that help. Maybe this inexperience here, a more experienced fullback. He doesn't let him know. By the time he realises and sees the white shirt flash across him, it's too late and the ball ends up in the back of the net. But I always say that the defender furthest away is your talker, is your eyes and ears. He has to signal to all the other players, shout, scream, push, whatever, and let them know players are running across them. And he didn't do that and they got punished.
It was a great time to score it as well. How does that change Ange's half-time team talk, do you think?
I think it makes it more positive, but I think one thing, they can't get too complacent. Yes, they're 1-0 up, but they still have to come out. It's still on a knife edge, the game. And I think knowing Tottenham, when they've conceded first this season, they haven't done too well, so it was vitally important that they got that first goal, and hopefully now we can come out in the second half and build on that.
Did you agree with Gareth that Tottenham were the better team in that first half? Amid Man United's real threats in that first
Yeah,
half.
I think both sides have been very below average, to be honest with you. I thought they looked like two teams that were scared to lose rather than wanting to go and win it. Very edgy, one of those finals, it happens often in finals where they cancel each other out, and they looked a bit scared. That was their only real opportunity we saw today. Highland almost got on the end of it. Ahmad's been the bright spot for Man United, the only one who looks like he can go past someone and create something, and there, another day someone slides in there and gets a touch on it and goes in the back of the net.
Yeah, I think Ahmad's been the standout player in terms of the whole game. I think Tottenham have put a lot of pressure on Man United in terms of closing them down high up the pitch. They've won the ball a few times, created a few problems, but at the end of the day, they've got that goal now and they can build off that.
Well, somewhere in this stadium, Glenn Hoddle has a big smile on his face.
Ya saltan 1K y el Barrio. Es determinante cuánto daño puede hacer el conjunto de 1K, sobre todo con Granero en esas primeras de cambio en la salida de escalera. Así que esa parte del partido va a ser absolutamente clave para el equipo de Iker Casillas. Por cierto, felicitar porque ha venido una buena afición de 1K.
Tiene la pelota, Gerard Noya encara, sigue Noya, Noya dispara, Arnalot.
80
paradas ya para Arnalot. Gil Vidal ataca desde la derecha el número 9. Gil Vidal con el centro, buena pelota, Arché con la rodilla le pegó. Pues es el que desatasca un poco el partido, ¿no? Con centros, ojo ahí, ese golpeo, el remate, ¡gol! ¡Mar Valiente! ¡Gol! Del Barrio, marca Mar Valiente. Esa banda izquierda que es terreno de los cañonazos de Granero, a la que tengo un mínimo de espacio, le pega Granero. Bueno, pues es decirlo, y ahí lo tenemos. El tema es que el remate le ha salido centrado. Abraham, buena pelota, banda derecha. Vamos a ver qué hace ahí Fran Rodríguez, se mete en el área, sigue Fran. ¡Qué bien, Fran! Se va de dos, el remate, ¡fuera!
¡Chicos!
A ver si acierta. ¡Claro que
Mira
sí!
acá.
Busca el Barrio el segundo gol. Arché. Arché para Gil. Gil que le puede pegar a este Gil. Buen recorte. Gil al
¡Dios!
palo. Levanta Arché.
¡Dios!
¡Arnalot!
¡No!
Pelota arriba.
Madre mía, qué parada. Y a centímetros del remate, ¿eh?
No, la reacción ha sido impresionante. ¡El disparo! ¡Madre de Dios!
¡Ay!
¡Otro que vuela! ¡Otro más! Que está la pelota para John de la Cruz, la quiere levantar, vuelve a pegar la pelota en el cuerpo de un jugador del Barrio, el remate con la puntera y acaba deteniendo a Gerard Vacas. Será córner favorable a 1K. Bueno, a ver.
Gol doble.
Gol doble. A ver, saque de banda. Balón puesto en movimiento, intentaba rematar Mar Valiente, el remate, ¡gol! ¡Bauer! ¡Gol! ¡Del Barrio! ¡Le pegó con el alma! ¡Bauer!
Y es…
¡Penalti
¡Madre
normal!
mía lo de los penaltis!
¡Penalti normal! Y el que quiere hacer el 0-3 es el número 4, pega Valiente. ¡Vaya cañón! ¡Gol! Ahí están, Arnalot y Vacas como candidatos, como guardametas, y también Mar Valiente y Pau Ferojo la recuperación. Tiene la pelota al Barrio que puede sentenciar el remate. ¡Gol!
Knockout.
¡Gol!
¡Let's go, Barrio! Ponme el 5, ponme el 5.
El cambio del partido ha sido radical en los últimos 10 minutos. El balón que lo tiene. ¡Ojo!
¡Ay! Jaimitada.
Marca de nuevo el Barrio, gol de Fran Fuentes. El equipo de Juan Arroita, que no ganaba un encuentro con esta tranquilidad, entre comillas, al final, con un margen tan amplio, con 2 goles dobles que han hecho pasar el partido del 0-3 al 0-7.
Paufer, ha costado, pero por fin ha llegado esa victoria tan deseada con goleada.
Ha costado mucho, pero bueno, le damos emoción hasta el momento final, recta final, y ahora, pase lo que pase con Pío, nos lo jugaremos contra ellos.
Eso te iba a decir, pase lo que pase con Pío, la semana que viene, o ellos, o tú, o tu ex equipo, o tú.
Bueno, o el Barrio o ellos, pero sí. La vida, yo qué sé, no sé, son cosas muy raras que suceden, pero ahí estaremos. Ahora estoy en el Barrio, así que espero que gane el Barrio.
Enhorabuena y a disfrutarlo.
Gracias.